Well, what's this week been like for you? Getting ready for your final game on the blue. Have the emotions kind of hit you yet?
Um, I had like a little realization the other day thinking about it. Going out there to practice today, I thought about it as well. Going out there just saying like, these are some of my last times playing on this field. You know what I'm saying? But it's also just been an honor to be able to play on it as long as I have. I've been blessed to be here and go out there every day that I can with the guys. Training in the summers and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll probably get more emotional after the game when I realize it when it really hits me.
You were hurt 2 games before, didn't get to play. What did you miss most, and what did you think you brought to the team when you came back?
Probably what I miss most was just being out there with the guys. Honestly, like standing off on the side is always hard for guys who go through injuries and stuff. Just because you can only do so much from the sideline. But I tried to do as much as I could while I was out. Just bringing energy to the guys if I could, giving my insight from what I see from, on the sideline. But just being back is, just bringing that energy out there and having fun, just kind of putting smiles on people's faces. It's one thing that I think I do a good job of, and got to do that when I got back.
What memories, thoughts do come to mind when you just think about showing up on campus as a freshman for the very first time, and living in the dorms, whatever, to how you're leaving now and all your memories? What kind of comes to your mind?
I mean, a lot. Obviously, I've been here for a minute now, but probably just all the people that I've got to meet. You don't get to just meet this many people this fast. Every year there's somebody new, and every single year I meet somebody who I'm gonna be talking to for the rest of my life. So all of the relationships that I've been able to build has just been amazing. The thing that I'll probably take most out of my experience here, and obviously coming in young, not knowing what was going on at all, not understanding defenses, and going through the coaches and changes and all those type of things. Those are the kind of things that helped develop me to who I am today. Just being level-headed, the humble in me. So it's just there's been a whole lot of experiences. I can't really point out just one.
I know the season hasn't gone the way you probably had hoped, but in a season full of up and downs, what did you learn about yourself as a football player and as a person going through this with the team?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've learned a lot this year. This year's been my most mature year. I have a whole lot of younger guys that look up to me, so I've kind of just tried to embrace that role the most I can and just be a light for the guys that are younger, bring them up, know that we're gonna go through hard times, and as long as we do it together, we'll get through it. And we got to make the most out of every opportunity that we get, because nothing's promised. And just blessed to be around everybody, and like I said earlier, kind of just put a smile on people's faces. That's kind of how we've been trying to go through these things this year, obviously with the tough losses that we've had. But yeah, just kind of keep a positive mindset.
Zion, when you were recruited here, college football was still kind of like the college football we used to know, right? And since you've been here, as you're coming in, there was a coaching change, and then there was another coaching change while you were here. And I know a couple of your roommates have transferred and things like that. Like, you've experienced the Fiesta Bowl and seasons that didn't end in the Fiesta Bowl. Like, how much do you feel like you really covered a lot, it feels like, in your career here at Boise State? How much do you feel like you experienced college football?
Yeah, I feel like to an extent I've experienced everything. Like, I've almost seen everything, I could say, because obviously, like you said, when I first came in, we were going through a coaching change, and that was crazy for all of us. And then seeing how the transfer portal took off, NIL, obviously, like you said, big games. I have seen a whole lot, and that's something that's like that I look back on, and I kind of embrace the moment, and just see like everything that I went through is kind of crazy. Like, I had been here for a minute, but yeah, the people, like you said, I've had transfers come through, roommates and everything. It's been a blessing to experience it.
I don't feel like it's a crazy question to ask anymore, but like, all these years, why are you still here? Why do you still have the Bronco logo on your chest?
I mean, God brought me here for a reason, and I feel like He wanted me to stay here. Build my own type of legacy wherever that is. Like, I feel like I've made a mark here especially with the people that I've met, and just embracing what the city has done for me, the community, the fans. All those things are just things that it's hard for somebody like me to walk away from. loyalty is a big thing that was always preached on me since I was young, and being able to just show how loyal I am to this program, to the blue field, you know what I'm saying, to the coaches that I've had, to my teammates that are still here. Just that's something that I wanted to be able to take when I'm looking down the road. Like, yeah, I stayed through everything that was going on.
How do you, I mean, Latrell was saying, hey, at this point, the goal, the championship's obviously a lot tougher now, and there's kind of 2 games left, and you're kind of playing out the strings here. I mean, what do you get in terms of the sense of motivation for this team to kind of finish strong here? And for you, obviously, after the last game on the blue, I assume you don't want to go out with a loss on the blue. I mean, what's kind of the talking points amongst the players about trying to finish this thing strong?
Yeah, just kind of have fun and just embrace the moment, knowing that we still have a chance to finish this season off right. You know, like a couple years ago when we went to the championship, we weren't supposed to be in that game at all. Everybody could have had the option of just putting your head down and just giving up, and like most teams do when you face adversity. But we're not like that. You know, when we get adversity, we're still going to give our all. And at the end of it, we know that we can still come out on top of this as a champion. Maybe it won't be here on the blue, obviously, which is something that we really wanted. But, you know, God makes things happen. We know that, and we're just going to trust the process.
Why did the 23 team do it, and what does this team need to do to be able to do the same thing?
Just come out like we did today at practice. Really, just it comes down to how we practice. Just because it's easy when everything's going downhill, everything seems wrong, to just go out here and practice and go through the motions and stuff like that. But we emphasize having a lot of good energy and juice, so that when we go out to the game, it's just like how it's been, even when we were winning or when everything's good. Like we don't sense a difference out there while we're on the field, and that's kind of how you have to have it. And then going into the game, obviously, is just a winning mindset, not, oh, we've lost, you know, back-to-back games and everything. That can get in people's heads, but we won't let it get in ours.
Zon, I don't know if you're a particularly sentimental person, but you know, when it's all said and done on Saturday, how tough is that going to be for you to leave the blue one last time?
I mean, like I said, it hadn't really hit me yet. I mean, it is kind of crazy to think about. It's going to be tough. I'm definitely going to embrace it, you know, probably spend a little bit more time out there. You know, everybody loves that field. It's just different, just all the things that you go through, the maturity that you get, the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in. Like, you look out there, and it's just like, it's just different. Like, it's not a regular football field, and really you can't feel how it is to feel like that unless you go through all those things out there on the field. So, I mean, this is where people come from boys to men, like, really, like, you know, they say those type of things, like when you coming in, like when we were freshmen, they were like, this feels different, yada yada yada. To us, it just sounded like, okay, like, we get it, the field's blue, it's a different color. But now when you get older, you kind of see what it really means. Like, the difference is not just the color of it, yeah, it is, but the person that you become, you know, while you're here and the time playing on that field.
This season, it seems like almost every game recently, there's been somebody in the secondary that hasn't been able to play in the game. It's a position that takes a lot of teamwork. So what's different? Like this week, there's no McCoy. What's different when you don't have your main 5? How do you overcome that?
You just give confidence to the next person that's coming up. Obviously, it can be nerve-wracking, or, you know, they might not necessarily have all the confidence in the world, but we can do our best to instill that into whoever's next up, and we've done a great job of that, and they're very confident that whoever goes out there is going to compete, and there's no drop-off. You know, obviously, Amarion, great player, everybody loves him, but we know that we have other guys that can go out there and make plays as well.
In terms of, I know you hope to have a long football career playing pro after this, but whenever that's done or whatever, what's kind of next for you? What do you kind of see yourself doing with your life after football?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be a serial entrepreneur, so I want to have a whole lot of different businesses. I don't know where I'll start. I'll probably start off in some type of real estate or something, but I know that I have a gift that God gave me to connect with people, and I have a lot of talents that are just not just from football. So I think I'll be straight. I don't know how I'm going to start off, but I'm going to have to put some more thought into that one. Appreciate you.